Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa McLeod, and I'm here with my friend Patrick Geary, and we're so excited to share with you that there is an angel for everything. So, I'm a quantum hypnotherapist. Quantum just means there's no time, there's no space. We can bypass that all. And I had the great pleasure of meeting Patrick at a yoga event that a mutual friend of ours was hosting during an eclipse. Patrick was teaching during the workshop. I was leading a hypnotic meditation at the end. And that led to a fast friendship. And I've had the pleasure of connecting with Patrick almost every month for the past 9 months, year or so.
Yeah,
And
something
we've
like
just been
that.
able to uncover some really fascinating information that we have been tasked with sharing with the masses. And I do feel like we've been kind of keeping it to ourselves for a while, but recently opening up more. And now we're ready to share that there's angels everywhere. There's an angel for everything. They are so bored, they're feeling unemployed, and they want us to call on them all the time to make our lives easier because that's what they're here for. And so that's the purpose of this connection. So, Patrick, why don't you introduce yourself and a little bit about you, and then we'll start sharing our angel stories.
Well, thank you. So I'm Patrick Geary. I am an intuitive astrologer and a celestial channel, or that's what I'm calling myself these days. In any case, I do energy work and coaching and astrological sessions. I'm also noticing it's so perfect that we are talking right now because we're in eclipse season again. We're about to have another eclipse. We just had one a week and a half ago. So, as is often the case when there are big changes and things that are coming through, we get to experience that in the sky as well as down here on Earth. And that's also that connection we have with angels, that these wonderful beings who are in us and around us all of the time, these gorgeous celestial beings of light, that we really get that chance to meaningfully connect with them. So I'm really excited to be here with you and to talk about some of what we already know from the sessions and what the angels have told us. And as you said, what they've really tapped on us to do to really bring forward this wisdom and these experiences through our lives and to let everyone know that it's pretty normal to work with angels. Like it's not extraordinary. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You don't have to be psychic. You don't have to spend hours a day meditating. You don't have to be religious. All you need to do is be a normal person, and that's enough.
You don't even have to be that normal. So, how this all started was shortly after you and I met, we did sessions for each other. So, I had the great fortune of having an astrological reading with Patrick, and so much came up, which was so cool. One of the biggest things that came out of the session was my Cancer energy, which I keep really down here. I don't want to bring up all this crabbiness. He helped me bring it to the surface and know that it's okay to be a little crabby, have a little Cancer energy come through. And that's been really powerful for me to not always have to feel like nicey nicey, want like everyone to like me and be like really demure. It's good to like be assertive and stand up for yourself and ask for what you want and speak what you want. And that also helps you bring it into existence. So that was a huge gift for me. And then I in turn had the pleasure of putting Patrick under hypnosis. And he was such a great candidate for hypnosis. He went so deep, so fast. And I almost call our sessions channeling. I do call them that, even though it's not exactly channeling, but it feels like you are like channeling different energies when you're under because you are so deep. And what came through for us was Patrick is able to channel archangels in our sessions and they share messages with us. And do you remember last summer, this is summer 2025, when you were under and we were on Zoom and I saw this like iridescent light come over the screen.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
so I asked, is that you? Like to the angel we were talking to? I feel like it was Sandalphon.
It was Sandal.
And he said yes. And so even these magical, mystical things have come up in our sessions. And that was represented by this light that came across the screen that I was able to capture on Zoom because we were recording it. So, so cool. And so these cool moments that we've had with angels are now like commonplace. Like they happen all the time. Like the angels are just always around, always hanging out, wanting to be needed. It's just like your mom, like your mom wants to feel needed. Your mom, even when she's older, wants you to ask her for help. My mom loves that, and she's almost 80. It's the angels. They want to do their job. And so here's a few things that have happened to me since I learned to call on the angels. And my family has wanted a dog for years. And we've moved around all the time. We like moved every couple of years for typically my husband's career. And it was just never the right time. And so, facing this most recent move, which was just over 6 months ago, my family moved from the UK back to America. I knew it was the right time to welcome a dog into our family. And so I asked the angels for the right dog, the perfect dog for our family to come into our lives. And so we got to our new city. Once we got moved in, I started contacting all these different rescues. And we have this low fence in our backyard that a lot of these rescue dogs could easily jump over. And so we weren't candidates for a lot of the dogs that are available. And then the smaller dogs that we were candidates for go so fast because anybody can have a small dog, anyone in an apartment, older people are great fits for smaller dogs. They go so fast and so hot. And so we kept missing out on all these dogs. And so one of these rescues that I contact, which is great news, by the way, that these dogs are so popular that people want to rescue all these rescue dogs because there's a lot of them. And so this dog came to a rescue. It was found wandering in downtown Detroit, where I live, and no one wanted this dog. And it was like matted hair, and so they shaved it, so it looked really weird. And I even bypassed this dog when I was looking in all the search forums. And so a rescue called me and said, I think your family would be a great match for this dog. And so I agreed to go meet it. We all went down there, and this dog came out and it went right up to my husband and laid over on his back like this. It's like he knew my husband was like the leader of the pack or something, so that he would scratch his tummy. And we ended up going home with this dog a week later. And he is the best dog. Our little Benny, his name's Benedict Cumberbatch. We call him Benny. We wanted something British. And he is just so sweet. He is such a good boy. He's easily my favorite child. He was 2 years old, so he's already housebroken. Like it was seamless introducing this dog into our family. And I think there's something about these rescue dogs. They are so grateful. Like they know what their life was like before. He knows how good he has it now. He's such a good boy. So I just really am so thankful giving up to the angels that the perfect dog was brought to our home.
Oh, that is amazing. So how did it work? Were you just asking the angels all the time? Every time a dog would cross through your mind, you'd be wondering about this project. Would you check in and say, could you help me? Did you just do it once? Did you have a candle? Did you write it down? What was your
We had been
experience running that in?
I the dog that I thought we were going to get is not this dog. So I already had it in my human brain that what I wanted was a beautiful golden retriever. And so you can't rescue a beautiful purebred golden retriever. You rescue like these mutts. So it was one night in the summer. I don't know if you remember, I had this great experience in Glastonbury last summer. And
Yes.
it was just one of those nights where you're out, you're looking at the stars. And I was thinking very specifically dog, family, perfect fit, asking for it. And it was that moment where I really like was present and asked the angels. And I hadn't done it since. It was something that we talked about in the family. Like we want a dog and it'll be the right time. And the kids are old enough where they can help. So we talked about it a lot as a family, but specifically asking for the angels, it was just that one time.
Wow. And all it took was presence. You were just there, and in the moment, you just said, hey, angels, could you just send me this dog? I could use some
Yeah.
help.
And I will say I went looking for it. So I was definitely reaching out to rescues and having conversations with, they call them these like adoptive dog counselors at the different rescue organizations. So then I did the work later, but it was really just a series of emails and phone calls. It wasn't like I was out there like hunting for the perfect dog. Not hard work looking for this dog. It was just like online searching.
Yeah, well, and that makes sense too, you know? I mean, if I were thinking about like angels, I'd like to have a perfect dinner tonight in my house, and I like to cook a perfect dinner. I'm not necessarily expecting for angels to materialize physically in front of me and cook the dinner for me, but they might guide me to like, hey, why don't you try this ingredient? Or why don't you try this? Or somebody might knock on my door and say, like, hey, like my neighbor saying, oh, like we have all of this extra gorgeous cheese we got from our time in France and we're about to go away. Could you take it? And I'm like, oh, I can use this for fondue.
That's
So
the kind of stuff
knowing,
that shows up. Yes.
yeah, exactly. So it doesn't just have to be like it's all done for you, but it's knowing and being able to trust that it's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me share one more story and then I'm going to turn it over to you to share because I know you have a lot too. When we were moving to this house where I am now, we were doing some long distance, not renovating, but like sprucing up the house. I had a painter working in my kitchen painting while I was still abroad. And he called me one day and said, there is an animal stuck in your stove vent. I can hear him moving around in the vent, and I don't know what to do. And I was, I don't even know, how far away? 3,000, 6,000 miles away. And there was nothing I could do except for maybe have someone call an exterminator and then wait at the house the next day. Like it just seemed like too much work. So I said, Angels, I need an angel. Get in there to my kitchen vent and escort this animal out because I don't have the time to deal with this. And when my painter had contacted me, I was getting my hair done. So I was in the chair doing all this, message with him, thinking, and then I sent the message to my husband just so he was in on it too. And we never talked about it. I completely forgot that day. And so the next day, I'm remembering, oh, Joe, the painter, contacted me about this animal, must have been a squirrel stuck in the vent. My husband and I didn't even talk about it. What happened? And so I messaged Joe, the painter, and I said, what happened? What's the status with the squirrel? And he said, oh, it went away. I haven't heard it today. And that was the end of the squirrel. And so thanks, the angels, for seeing the squirrel out of the house. There's nothing I had to do in that situation.
Well, yeah, I mean, isn't that much better than the exterminator option too, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
now that
much work.
animals can live like a long and happy life.
Yeah. So one thing we've learned is that there is an angel spirit side for all the jobs there are earth side and more. So that probably was an angel exterminator. So like if you need an angel for
Wow.
whatever,
Hmm.
an exterminator, an angel for style, whatever it is, there's an angel for that. And so it's good to specifically ask. They have names and you don't even have to know the name, but it's great to get specific about what job you're looking to have an angel help you with. Okay, let's
Absolutely.
hear about your angel stories, Patrick. Give me an angel success story.
Well, the one that's coming to my mind most, and that maybe most speaks to that point, we were away last week and I was playing pinball in the game room of the hotel. And I love pinball. Pinball is so much fun. I've always loved it. And the pinball games are getting more and more and more complex these days. In this one, it was a Dungeons and Dragons themed pinball. I still don't really understand how all of it worked, but there was this giant red dragon and I just really wanted to activate this dragon. And I was like, I can't wait to get this dragon roaring. And, I'm really excited about playing. And when you play pinball, there's like, there are ways that I might think of it, it's like, I think in sports they talk about forced errors or unforced errors. So, like it might be like the ball goes in because you didn't click the flipper and then like, oops, like it falls away and you lose. But very often, too, the ball will just go straight down into the middle between the flippers or on those side points. And then there's kind of nothing you can do about it. Like the ball is just gone and your turn is over. So I thought, all right, like I really want to activate this dragon. I want to really like go for it with this game. I'm gonna ask for an angel to help me to like stop the ball from going down and just sort of falling out of play. And then I questioned myself and I thought, I mean, do I really need like angels for this? Do I really need to be asking an angel to help me with pinball? And then I thought, what am I doing? Obviously there's an angel who's available to help me with pinball because angels can help me with anything, and this would just bring me joy. So that's enough. I'm just gonna ask. So I did. And then I unlocked the dragon. I still don't know how, but I unlocked the dragon, and suddenly there were like four, it was multi-ball action modes. There were four pinballs that were coming all at the same time. And I'm just there, just like focused just on the flippers down at the bottom, just clicking the buttons, clicking the buttons, clicking the buttons, like, ah, and like they're coming, they're flying all over the place. And then this sulky teenager who, he's a tall guy. He just walks up to the pinball machines. He's standing right next to me, like very, very close to me physically, just walks up, stands there, and I was like, what is going on? He was really in my space. And then he reached over and there was this button in the center in between the flippers that I couldn't press because I was pressing the flippers. And the button puts up a shield and then the shield goes up and like the space in between the flippers is blocked so like the ball can't fall down the center and he just stands there and pushes the shield and then once the shield goes down he pushes the button and the shield comes back up again. He was just standing there just making sure that the balls didn't go down. And I thought like this is amazing that this is happening. And then after the game finished, I still assumed I was like, well, he was probably just waiting for his turn or something, right? Like he's probably really into Dungeons and Dragons or really into pinball or whatever else. So, like when I finish, I'll just head up and let him take a turn. So, I finish, my game finishes, and I look over and I was like, oh, like it's your turn now. And he's like, no, no, I don't want to play. I'm like, I'm not here for that. Just like, wait, what? Like you just walked into the room and like but you knew that that was what to do when you just pressed the button. So it was just this perfect delivery for me of like, wow, like we really can ask for anything. The support is available. And also that like we are messengers of the angels as people,
Mhm.
that this kid was open and he received the message and then he delivered it. So knowing that we're also instruments of the angels, that we also
Mhm.
deliver the assistance that they want to offer. And my only job once I asked was just to step back and let it happen, to not be like, hey, like get away, like what are you doing here? This is weird. So I think that was a point for me too, is recognizing like, like maybe that person who is coming over to talk to you right now, maybe that person is an angel and
Mhm.
maybe they have or they've received that message or they've heard the request and they're helping to answer it and deliver that assistance.
Yeah, it's like we don't know how it's going to look. And we get, as humans, so
Mhm.
attached to the outcome and how it's going to happen and what it's going to look like. And so there's something about releasing that attachment to the how, the way, how it's going to manifest, and letting the angels just work their magic, even if it's through a sulky teen.
Oh, totally. Yeah, in my head when I made the request, what I imagined is just like the ball just gets reoriented so that it's not going down any of those holes, and it's just that
Yeah,
like it just sort of works perfectly. I didn't imagine a sulky teenager coming in and pressing the button that was already there that could put up the shields.
right.
So like that's just fascinating to me.
It's fascinating. So good. Do you have another one that you want to share?
Yeah, well, some of the other things. So we were skiing, and the whole time, I was like, I'm skiing with the angels. Like I had this in my mind. So, as we're going down the slopes, and there was a lot of snow, and there were a lot of people who were around because a lot of the slopes were closed because of the risk of avalanches. So there were people who were concerned around safety and fear. And I
Mhm.
really wanted to just have a really good time skiing with my kids and my husband. I was like, I just want this to be beautiful. So I just resolved every day when I would go out on the slopes, I would be like, I'm asking for like an angel to help this be a joyful, safe skiing experience. Then I'd be going down and I'd notice, all right, that looks a little icy. I'm asking for like a angel to help me have like better traction on that. Or I'm asking for a good snow angel to help me have good snow. Or I remember I asked for a technique angel to help me have better technique. And then suddenly I get invited to have the ski instructor. It's like working with someone else. So I was like, oh, this is amazing. Who's giving me this perfect advice? Or it was really crowded on the slopes. And I was like, I just want a personal bubble angel to really extend my space around me so that I'm feeling safe. And immediately people would move away from me. So every time I would think about something, it would just happen. And then it started
Mhm.
translating into my dreams too, where I was having these very vivid dreams. And in these dreams, I was having some upsetting circumstances where someone was going to mug me, and suddenly I was just lifted up out of the situation and placed on another side. Or there was another one where there was a threat to kids. And because working with angels was so on the forefront of my mind during the
Mhm.
daytime, it was also on the forefront of my mind in my dream. So my first reaction in the dream, where there was this person who had it was a person who was like wanting to attack and hurt me and these kids I was with, I asked for help for the angels. And in the dream, I could see it. Like suddenly there was this white light that just protected all of us and nothing could get in. So I thought that was really cool too, that when you have that mindset of I'm just asking my first go-to is I'm asking the angels for help. I'm asking for that divine assistance. It like puts you in a different mode. And
Yeah.
you know, this is the funny thing too, which I feel like I most easily fall out of, is I kind of forget, like I fall back into my life, or I get like hyper focused on something, or if I'm upset, then I forget that I can always ask. But you know, in that week, and maybe it's because I was on vacation, I was surrounded by this beautiful angelic snow. I've never seen so much snow, so much white everywhere. It was so beautiful. And I was just
Ah,
so in tune with the angels and really giving myself permission to ask all the time. So that really was a big, I'd say like a reminder to me of like always, you know, bring yourself back to that mindset of just ask for the divine
mm,
assistance, ask for the help, whatever it is that you need, do it in the moment. You don't need to think about it, just like with your dog, right? Like it was like you didn't need to
mhm.
think about it beyond that. You just ask, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad you had a fantastic vacation. Where were you?
Yeah. We were in the French Alps.
Oh, I heard it
Yeah.
got dumped on.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen so much snow. It snowed
Yeah.
all day, every day. And that probably helped me really get in touch with the angels, right? That like that
Yeah.
beautiful the sound of snow, the soft whiteness that is
Yeah.
just everywhere. It was so, so stunningly gorgeous.
Yes. Mm, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I
It was like
guess I didn't catch the last thing you said.
I
What?
was
It
saying
was
it's
like
like
what?
it was white like walking on a
Oh,
cloud. Sometimes I
oh,
say like just like
amazing.
the shirt that you're wearing. It's like that was that.
Love it. Oh, it's so great. So for the people that aren't used to asking angels for help, I would say I invite you to just be open to the possibility that there's angels everywhere and they want to help you. And when you were sharing that last story, I was thinking of that kind of cheesy saying, which is so accurate, let go and let God. So whatever your beliefs are, I think a lot of people are open now to the ideas of angels. Like everyone talks about guardian angels, or at least you've heard of them. No one's like, no, there's no such thing. People talk about loved ones dying and then looking out for them from the other side. Like angels are in the zeitgeist. And so be open to the possibility that there's angels everywhere, that source, God, creation, universal energy gave us hundreds and thousands and maybe millions of angels to help us, and they want to help us, and their jobs are to make our lives easier, but we have to ask because of the law of non-intervention. They can't just come in here and like do our lives for us. And so asking, whether it's telepathically, whether it's in your mind's eye, or even just saying out loud. When I get in my car, I always say, okay, Archangel Michael, it's time. I need your help. Be with me, because he's good about travel. And so he's always with me, and I see him like in the back seat, like seatbelt on. He's like with me, making sure I am safe and helping me avoid accidents and things like that. So just ask. Is there anything else you'd add?
I love it. I'd say ask and receive. You know,
Yeah.
let the assistance come to you. Like ask, and then yeah, you like you say, let go, let God. You know, just let go of the expectations that you have. Just know that if you ask, it's real. You know,
Mhm.
it's been heard. The request is immediately granted. And I just love that you have that as your automatic. Like I'm getting in my car. Like it's just about for me, it's not about doing anything differently. Like I wasn't skiing any differently. I was just like, oh, okay. Like I'd like to keep my balance. I'm gonna ask for a balance angel to help my balance be
Mhm.
better. Or like, oh, I'd like some good snow. I'm gonna have a good snow angel. Or like, you know, similarly, you might get in your car and think, oh, I'd like to arrive somewhere safely. Okay, I'm going to ask for a safety angel. I'm going to ask for Archangel Michael. So to me, it's not like you don't have to do anything more.
Right.
It's just about bringing the angels into what you're already doing.
That's really good. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom today, Patrick. I really appreciate you jumping on here with me.
Oh my gosh, it's such a treat. I look forward to the next time.
Is there any way we can find you if we want to learn more about you?
Yeah, you can check out my website, truthtakestime.com. And I write pretty regularly on Substack. So my Substack is also called Truth Takes Time. I think it's truthtakestime.substack.com. And I write about angels. And sometimes I record things on YouTube as well. So my YouTube is just actually, it's at Patrick Erie Truth. So sometimes I talk about angels. And yeah, for me, it is just a journey about incorporating them into everything that I do.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm at DetroitHypnotherapy.com. Thanks, everyone. It was great to chat with you. Bye bye.
Bye.